Hey folks, how you doing? Guess what? It's time to do another video. Now, today's video isn't an exact recipe. It's an inspiration that I got from watching people make Cajun jambalaya. Now, they go through the problem, all this work in making roux and thickeners and whatever. I'm not about all that. I'm going to do it all like I did the last video, all in a slow cooker. Now, this time, I'm going to actually do the prep work. Now, I had somebody suggest for the last video that I should have maybe posted the recipe, but you know what? I ain't going to do that. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you a minute here. Hit the pause button on this video. Go get you a scratch pad and a pencil or a pen or whatever. Start making some notes. Anytime along the way where you have to stop it for a minute, there's a pause feature on the video. Hit it, pause, make a little note, carry on. I'm going to try to do this slow and make it easy so the notes aren't real hard to keep or whatever. So. Now, let's get about this. So, we're talking about a slow cooker jambalaya. Well, it's not an actual jambalaya. It's what I got inspired to do to make jambalaya. Now, normally I would use like a chicken broth or something, like a low sodium chicken broth that I get from Walmart. Well, I'm going to try something a little bit different today. A buddy of mine pointed out to me that, well, outside of jambalaya recipes, you usually have cut up chicken. Well, I'm going to be putting whole chicken wings in this. So we've got the chicken wings. We're going to have onion, celery, bell pepper, diced tomatoes. So we've got all the aromatics. And if I put in 3 cups of water, and let's say we're going to have cut up sausage in it, chicken wings, and all that, we're already going to have the basis to make our own chicken broth or whatever kind of broth. So why waste money on something that we're going to be making in the slow cooker anyway? Again, a little bit to save money. If you got all the ingredients, why buy what you're going to make? So now I'm going to start this thing off. Take the lid off the slow cooker. It makes it easier. I'm sorry that you can't see the slow cooker, but you're going to have to trust that it's right here. So now I'm going to start with 3 cups of water. Right into the slow cooker. It's 3 cups. Now I'm going to explain why 3 cups here in a minute. There's a reason for the 3 cups. I normally use minute rice. Now, I don't want it to suck up all the liquid in here. I want it to be kind of loose. So you put too much, it gets it too heavy. Some people like it heavy, then that's what you do, right? So I'm going to put 3 cups of water. Now, I use minute rice. Now, minute rice uses equal amounts of water and rice. So I'm only going to put 2 cups of minute rice in this after this is stewed for like 4 hours on high. Did you catch that? 4 hours on high, the slow cooker. Make a note. And then it'll draw a lot of liquid, but not at all. It'll still be nice, but it won't be heavy like cement. Again, now I'm using minute rice to take care of the 2 cups of water. Now, if you want to use whole grain rice, well, that's fine too. Well, it works on 1 rice to 2 liquid. So you got 2 cups of water. You put in 1 cup of the whole grain rice. It'll do the same thing as what I do with the minute rice. Again, personal choice. You can use brown rice. You can use white rice. You can use whatever kind of rice you want. But remember, you're working with 2 cups of liquid. So use whatever amount of water you need to work with the 2 cups. You're not working with 3, working with 2. You want that extra little bit to do what it needs to do. So now, let's carry on. We've got these cans of tomatoes. I'm not exactly sure how much is in one of these cans, but we're going to find out. For the sake of the people that want to keep a recipe. So I'll pop these. And this is diced tomatoes this time. Last time I used the stewing tomatoes, the smashed up ones, but again, whatever blows your hair back, whatever's on sale, right? Okay, don't have to mess with the can opener this time. There's 1 can. Into the garbage. And there's 2 cans. 2 cans, sounds like a bird. So that works out to about 3 cups of tomatoes. So dump that right in there with the 2 cups of water. Yeah, it ain't looking like much right now, but you know it will. So now, the sausages I'm going to use are, these ones I get from a local meat packer. These are buffalo wing flavored sausage. Again, typical jambalaya uses like andouille or something like that. You know what, if you haven't got it, use what you got. Again, this isn't an actual, this is an inspired recipe. So now, let's have a look at that. And yeah, I'm going to put that whole package in there. Right there on that cutting board. And now, they're still partially frozen. Now, if you're going to cut sausage up for something like this, if they're partially frozen, it makes them a little bit easier to cut. They're a little easier to manage. So now we're going to cut these up into bite size, what I call bite size pieces. And just cut those up like that. Oh, this is going to be amazing. I don't think I've ever had these buffalo wing sausages spiced, so I'm not exactly sure what they're going to taste like. But you know what? This little meat market, and now down Chatsworth, Ontario. I'm just going to put these into the slow cooker. Just give me a minute here. This little meat market down at Chatsworth, little mom and pop shop. You know what? We've been dealing with them now for a couple of years. Something we found out, this little mom and pop shop, prices in a lot of cases are cheaper than grocery stores. The product is incredible, and they do source out local farmers for their product. So if you're anywhere around Chatsworth, Ontario, and Sound Ontario area, and you're looking for a good meat market, go down and give Moore's a look. And they do have package deals so you can buy. We get the $300 package, and for my home, that lasts about a month and a half, almost 2 months. And you get a really good value for that package too. So give them a check. Have a look at them. There we go. Okay, there we go. We're just about got that all cut up now. One more cut. And you can tell by my knife skills I am no chef, right? So, throw that in there. There we go. That's done. Now, we have chicken wings, but I'm going to leave them to the end because we do not want to cross-contaminate this wonderful cutting board with chicken or whatever. So, and the cutting board, by the way, is plastic. It's plastic for a reason. Why? Because I can put it right in my dishwasher. It only cleans it and sanitizes it. So next time you're looking to buy a cutting board, give a plastic one some look. So now let's see what we got here. Now, I got some celery here. Now what I'm going to do, because last time I did this, I said, well, just do this or just do that, whatever. So I'm going to cut up a bunch of celery. And sometimes, you can see I still got the leafy ends. I like the leafy ends because it gives it kind of a neat flavor on it. Almost like a bittery, almost kind of like a bitter type of a flavor. It's not a bad flavor. I kind of like it, but put that over there for a minute. Use the same measuring cup. There's no sense dirtying too. It's only had a bit of tomatoes in it, water. So put that in there. And grab some more celery. I got some more in this bowl. My bowl of goodies here. Looking out my back door. Yeah, I'm getting a little CCR bounce around in my head here while I'm doing some cooking here. You think I'd have some Hank Williams jambalaya and a crawfish pie? Filet gumbo. I don't even know what filet gumbo is. I gotta look that up one of these days. But it sounds like it'd be something that'd be terribly yummy. Maybe make a video of that. If I can figure out how to cook it for slow cooker. There we go. Anyway, here we go. I just had a moment here. Dan Aykroyd, a while back, he made a video where he was doing some cooking and he was doing a parody of Julia Child. And he cut himself, and there was blood flying all over the place. And I've got the dickens out of my finger. Oh no, I'm getting a little bit lightheaded. Oh no. So let's see, we got about, I'd say, about 3 cups of chopped up celery. Last time I said 2. Well, you know what? The cup's telling the story now, right? So now, onion. Now, a lot of people don't know how to go about peeling these. Oh, it'll make my eyes burn and make me cry like a schoolgirl. Well, I'll tell you, I'm a serious about cutting onion. The secret is right there. Make sure your knife is sharp. If your knife is sharp, it just glides right through it. There's no hassle, no headache, and there is no spray back in the eyes. Now, if it's not real sharp, you do that, and it's kind of pushing through, and you get spray in your eyes, and you cry. See that? Just kind of glides right through, no fuss, no muss. And what I do is I usually cut it in quarters. Now, put a shot over there, keep 1/4 here. Cut the point, cut the heel. And then guess what? The whole onion just peels like no man's business. See that? And you put this part here in the trash. Now here's what I do. Watch this. I go 1, 2. Now you see, you don't have to cut it up real small in the slow cooker because it's going to be in there for 4 hours, right? And it'll cook a lot of that down. So you just take that and toss it right in. And you do that for these other pieces here. Do the same thing. And the thing just peels right off here. And any part that's brown that you don't want to use, you just, like I said, it just lifts right off. Once you got it like that, so it just comes out of, no fuss, no muss. So you make the cut, like I say, you go 1, 2, 1, 2, and see it's getting, we can cut 3 there. Whatever blows your hair back. Like I said, I don't cut it up real fine. And if there's anything else left in there afterwards, you know what? Gives a little bit of texture with it as well. I like work area here is getting a little messy. Got 2 more of these quarters to do. And we're going to see what we got in the bowl that needs our attention. There we go. Now, cut 1, 2, 3. Lay it down flat. Oh, come on, stack it back up here. Now you're making me look bad. Cut that. 2. Yeah, it's a little bit bigger. Just trying to give another cut there. Cut that there. Like I said, I'm not fancy. I'm just about getting it done and getting some people fed and not having to spend a whole lot of money to do it. So let's push that right in there. Like I said, keep it simple. Keep it simple, people. There we go. You know what I forgot to grab? I was doing my production work. I forgot to grab a big old stirring spoon, so I may have to just take an interlude here in a minute. I may have to take an interlude here. Just give me a minute here. Just give me a minute. A couple minutes here. I'm going to go fetch up a big old stirring spoon and I'll be right back. Just like that, I got a stirring spoon. You gotta like how that works, eh? Ooh, you can do all kinds of crazy stuff with a video camera. But now, let me see, where can I put that? Let's put that over here beside the silver one. That's where I'm going to need it here in a minute. Now, bell pepper. Now these ones have got, they're just kind of dinky little fellas. This one here's got kind of a baby. Well, it had a baby growing out the side of it. So I'm going to cut those out. You got to be careful how much bell pepper you use, because you put too much in, it will overpower it. You don't want to you don't want any flavor overpowering anything. So I just cut the peppers in half. Cut them in corners. And you see that little seed area there? Just grab that with the stem and just pop it out of there. There. And now And again, it's not fancy cut. It's just, I say, when you cut something up, not simply so we got to cut it up even so it cooks even, whatever, getting all la-di-da about there, what they're doing. But you know what? I don't care. When somebody says, how small should you cut it up? Well, the slow cooker doesn't matter if it's even or uneven, because after 4 hours in there on high, did you catch that? 4 hours on high. Everything's going to be cooked through amazingly well. Slow cookers are almost foolproof. You put that in there. You put this on here. We're just about ready to fire the slow cooker up and make some heaven happen here. There's one of these little bell peppers. See, I didn't. Oh my God, I forgot to measure them. Hold on. We'll measure this one here. I think that's what we'll do. We'll just measure it and multiply it by 2. How does that sound? So we just... See, that knife's still fairly sharp. You want a sharp knife when you're cutting stuff. If the knife's dull and it slips, well, you know what? You're going to gash yourself. And then you're going to make a mess all over everything. And supper's not going to get cooked, and people aren't going to be happy if they haven't got something to eat, right? So let's put that in there. And there we go. And again, this isn't an exact recipe. This is just kind of my take on everything. Put that in there. And there we go. Now the bell pepper. Oh, I forgot to. I would say about 2 cups. If you're putting 3 cups of everything else, put 2 cups of bell pepper. So now, let's get this. Now, chicken wings. Normally with a jambalaya recipe, you cut up like chicken breast or whatever. Normally you would cut up the chicken breast and do whatever. Well, I'm putting chicken wings in this time. They're going to be whole. There's bone and all. Because anybody that's done any cooking knows, especially in slow cooker stuff, when the bone is involved, there's extra flavor. But before I do that, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give this a stir. Oh man, this is going to be so amazing. You see the sausage and the tomatoes and everything in there now. Now, what I'm going to do now, before I actually add the chicken in there, see what we got. Because there's no salt been added into that yet. I'm going to add a little bit, just kind of dust over the top of it. Not too much because health, heart, whatever. Black pepper. I know this is the pre-ground stuff, but you know what? Pepper mills are nice. Again, just kind of put a dusting over the top. Pepper mills are nice, but you know what? I grew up without a pepper mill. And we had the shaker kind of salt. Now, the Cajun spice. I'm going to put 2 tablespoons, just kind of. Oh yeah, buddy. Now, the Cajun spice isn't a spice in itself. It's a blend of spices. If you go on the internet, you're going to find 1,001 recipes for this stuff. If you want to try to make your own, go nuts. If you happen to find something that works, bottle it, use it, do what you need to do with it, and then enjoy it. I use that stuff, why? Because I can get it at Walmart cheap. And oh, by the way, I have something else here that I need to take care of. First morning coffee. And that's the coffee I get. I get that from Walmart too. It's the caramel drizzle. But there's nothing like it. We are so addicted to that caramel drizzle coffee in this house. It's just crazy, crazy. But anyway, chicken wings. Bone's still in them. I'm not pulling the bone. I'm not pulling the skin. Not pulling the bone or the skin off them. Cook them all together. Now, they're frozen. A lot of people say, oh, you shouldn't put... You know what? In a slow cooker, it don't matter. Because you're going to put it in there. I'm just going to lay it in there on top. Frozen. It's frozen solid. And all the juice from the bag right in on top of it. And then lid on. Now, I apparently didn't mention in the last video the heat and how long. Well, I've mentioned it a couple times already today, but I'm going to mention it again. Once you get all the ingredients in there, you have two options. Low for 6 to 8 hours, or high for 4 to 6 hours. I usually find on high for 4 hours cooks anything I put in there. Now, if you've got like a cottage roll and vegetables, whatever, I would say go a little bit lower, a little bit longer with it. But yeah, this stuff here is going to be ready for supper. Like right now, let's see what time is it. I got a clock over here behind me, so let me check. 9:36 in the a.m. So I get this on high for 4 hours, and then I'll add the rice, the 2 cups of the instant minute rice, and take it all up, and it's going to be amazing, absolutely amazing. 4 hours on high should do it. 6 to 8 if you're going to go low. Got that? 4 hours on high, 6 to 8 hours if you're going to go low. You go low if you're doing like a cottage roll with vegetables and everything else in there together. You got a lot more to be worried about. This is all little bits and pieces, so it's going to cook through faster. A big thing of a cottage roll takes a little bit longer to get the love into it. That's the actual thing about it, the love into it. But now, I'm going to plug this bad boy in. 1 click low, 1 click high. Then when it's done, you go the next click over for the warming, just to keep it ready for people to get a bowl of heaven. But I'm going to put it on, see, low, medium, high. High for 4 hours. Then we'll come back and check this. We may come back and check it in a couple hours just to see how the chicken wings are doing. They should be coming apart by then. We can stir them down in, and that Cajun spice will be doing this thing. And oh my God! And like I said, I don't know why I didn't think of it. A buddy of mine pointed it out to me. Aromatics to make a broth. I've added them. I got the onions, celery, bell pepper. Got some tomatoes. Got some chicken. Normally, if you're going to make a chicken broth, you boil the chicken down to get the flavor out of what's left over the carcass. Well, I got the chicken wings there on the bone, plus the pork sausage with the buffalo wing flavor. All that's going to go into that liquid. I'm basically building my own broth and saving myself spending about $4 on a carton with the ready-made broth. You've already got all the ingredients to make a broth. If you don't have to spend the money, don't. Take the easy way out. Save money. If it ain't, remember I said before, if it ain't on sale, don't buy it. It's just that simple. I mean, if you got to make your money work for you, God knows in this country in Canada right now, things are tight. Things are crazy tight. Hopefully that improves sometime in the future, but for now, we got to make do with what we got. But anyway, this is going now. I'm going to let this go, come back, and like I said, I'll check it in 2 hours, and then we'll see how it's going, get the chicken wings stirred down into it. They should be apart by then. And then at 4 hours, we'll come back and put the rice in. And once the rice goes in, it only takes about 20 minutes or so for that minute rice to finish up what it has to do. And then we'll wrap this video up. Anyway, see you in 2 hours. Hey folks, I got to crouch down here a little bit because it's time to do the reveal and get those chicken wings taken care of. Now, it's already been on 2 hours for high. You can see by all that moisture on the back of the lid. It's cooking away in there. And when I lift this lid, the smells that are going to come out of this thing are going to be amazing. It's like, oh, heaven. Now look at that. Chicken wings, pull them right apart. They were frozen 2 hours ago. Now, they still got some cooking to do. But look at that. See those chicken wings? Look at that, eh? Look at this here. Now let's get that a stir. Get all those, oh my God. The smells in here are just amazing, amazing. Heaven, 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 heaven. Look at little piece of the sausage and onion and bell pepper and, oh my. But anyway, now, chicken wings are all apart. They're down in the liquid. Let it go for 2 more hours. We'll check it again, and if it looks like the meat on the chicken wing is just pulling off of the bone, that'll be the indicator we're ready for the rice. Anyway, see you in 2 more hours. Well, here we are after the second 2 hours. Those chicken wings are still cooking, and man, the smells in here is just amazing. But now what we're going to do, we're going to check those chicken wings to see if they're pulling off the bone yet. So I'll just pop that lid off there. Let's set it up there for now. Oh my. Look at this. Oh my. Oh my. So what I'm going to do is I got some tongs and a fork here. I'm going to grab one of those chicken wings up here and just stab it a couple times. It's looking. See this? I'm going to pull this one chicken wing right apart here. No, there's no pink next to the bone. Those chicken wings are done. You know what that means? It's time for the rice. Yeah. So now, put that there. Now, remember what I told you. Remember the beginning? We put 3 cups of water in. 1 cup's just to kind of get things going. The other 2 is for the rice. Now I'm using minute rice, so I'm going to use 2 cups of rice to take care of the 2 cups of water. And it'll take up most of that moisture, but it's not going to make it overly tight or too heavy. Now if you're using a regular long grain rice, because you got the 2 cups of water to mess with, or play with, what was that? Then I would use 1 cup of the long grain rice. It'll take up that 2 cups of water, and maybe a little bit extra. But now when you put the rice in, we're going to put it in, we're going to stir it up, and then we're going to check it about every 10 minutes or so until the rice does what it's going to do, and the rice is soft. And again, with the long grain rice, it may take a little bit longer, but again, keep checking about every 10 minutes or so. Give it a stir. Take a couple grains of rice out on a teaspoon. Do the bite test. And if it's soft, it's ready. If it's not soft, leave it a little bit longer. And you'll get to where you're going. Once you get to where you're going, it's ready to get happy. But anyway, I got my 2 cups of instant rice here. Got that. Oh, buddy, look at that. Now you stir it all down. Get the rice so it's all wet. Look at that, buddy. Oh, man. Oh, buddy, look at that. The chicken wings and the sausage and the vegetables and the tomatoes and the spices. Like I said, it's not a traditional jambalaya, but you know what? It's my version of it, done in a crock pot, affordable. Now we're going to put that lid on. I'm not going to record checking it every 10 minutes or so, but when the rice is done, I'll come back to you and we'll get some of this in a bowl and see how it works out. Anyway, see you in a little bit. Well, folks, here we are. We're at the end of the movie. And just a little update. The 2 cups of rice wasn't enough. I ended up having to put another full cup and a half in. So that took up the 3 cups of liquid that I initially put in. I forgot to take into consideration that slow cookers will sweat moisture out of vegetables. And there was the moisture in the tomatoes as well. But another cup and a half, so that's 3.5 cups of rice for this recipe. Yeah, just keep that as an update to your little notes on this. But now comes the unveiling. Wait till you see this. Look at that. Look at that. Do you see that? The smell is just like, oh my. But now, here we go. Ladle. Just using the same bowl of rice, so it's no big deal, right? So we'll get some of that. There's some of that. One of those chicken wings. Oh, look at that chicken wing. Look at that, buddy. Some of that. Like I just got the thing on the warm cycle now, and the rice is already soft. I've already checked it. But here, now we know what we do. Can you smell that? Go ahead, try real hard. So I tell you, it smells beautiful, amazing. But now, before we get into it, it's something we've got to take care of. Thank you, Lord, for this food we're about to receive. I pray that you bless its use to our body and us to your service. I ask this in Jesus' name, amen. Always give thanks first. Now, I'm going to try just a little bit of this. Some of that sausage and some of that rice, just to try to just kind of see what we're doing here. Having, but you know what time it is now, right? Cajun spices got a little bit of a thing going on there. Not quite nothing thing. It's time for the juice. So now we're going to hit that. Yeah, we put a bit on there. So you can see how much sauce is on there. Yes, you can. Now we stir that off, the smell. Frank's. Why do we use Frank's? Because we put that, well, it goes on everything, right? Let me see if I can get into one of these chicken wings without burning my fingers. That was falling off the bone. I didn't even have to work it out. Look at that. Look at that. It just comes right off. No resistance. All the flavor that was in those bones was in there. But that's the first time I've ever done that. Turned jambalaya into finger food. But anyway, this is amazing. I'm going to go get me some of this into me. I'm going to see if my son out there, stepson out there with Mike, if he wants to come in and help me consume some of this, because this is awesome. Anyway, folks, stay good. Good cooking. Cheap cooking. Yummy. Fill the belly. Help and feed your friends. Anyway, stay good. We will talk again. Bye-bye.